How do you prepare the day of for a keynote speech? This is what we're going to cover, and as usual, you're going to be seeing me actually preparing for one of my speeches that I did in China. It's very important to work out in the morning, so at the moment I'm having a workout. Now I'm using a water bottle because unfortunately there's not a gym nearby. So no matter where you are, if you're going to do a speech, you want to work out, oh this is heavy, the day of. So after my workout, I'm going to stretch, do a bit of yoga, and then I'm going to practice the speech, get ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to go, gone through the talk, checked everything out, now it's time to get to the venue. So I've covered two elements there. The first thing is to be in a great state. Do whatever you have to do to get yourself in a great state on the day. For me, I have to work out, I have to stretch, it makes me feel amazing. Whatever it is for you, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's a run. Whatever you have to do, get yourself, number one, in an amazing, great, fantastic, awesome state. Number two, you then do a speed run through. This is where you're going to go through your speech with the PowerPoint, run through it as quickly as you can, and just once again get used to the elements of the flow. Don't dive into too much detail. You've already done most of the groundwork. Just a brief little reminder of what you have to cover. Okay, so I've ordered my taxi. Just waiting for him to come down the street. And then venue, here we come. I can't stress enough how important it is to get to the venue early. It's number 3. Be on time. Not even on time. Just be an hour, 2 hours early. Why? Because it gives you the time to get used to the stage, to practice all these different elements that are so simple, yet if you forget are such a pain. Because if you're rushed, if you feel flustered, if there's different things you haven't done, it just gets you stressed. So instead, just be there extra early. So we're at the venue. We've just done the practice. It's looking great. And now I've just got to wait until it starts. What's going to happen is when you arrive at the venue, you may get an opportunity to practice. Take this opportunity. Practice with the mic, the headset. Practice with the clicker. Then think about, how can I get used to the stage? Some stages are huge, some stages are small. You want to make sure that you use the whole space of the stage. So practice doing that. It doesn't matter, it's a practice. Start walking back and forth, talking, get used to the mic. There's lots of elements there that you want to do in your practice. Also, go through all of your slides because you want to make sure that every single slide is in the right order and it makes sense. There is nothing worse, and this has happened to me before, of getting on stage, starting to click through, and one of your slides is missing, or they're in the wrong order, and then you have to react on stage. It's much better to practice before. So one of the keys before I start is I drink a ton of water. I've had 3 of these already. This is my 4th one. Probably going to go through 6 or 7. Staying hydrated is the number one thing you must do before you go on stage. Especially when you have a long keynote, for example, for an hour, 2 hours, where you won't have that much access to water. If you're starting to move around the room and you're having that interaction, you do not want to become dehydrated. So make sure that you keep hydrated. I also recommend to not eat anything. I missed out on lunch in this speech as an example because I don't want to have to think about popping to the toilet when I'm about to go on stage. So stay hydrated and keep drinking to get all those fluids into you so that your mind is really working optimally for you to go on stage. So the room's filling up. Lots of people. It's almost time. Finally, we want to fire your anchor and rock the stage. Get ready to rock and roll. Now, what do I mean by fire your anchor? Fire your anchor means you need to think about an anchor, which is a small gesture. For me, it's my thumb and my middle finger, and I put them together and it allows me to access all the emotional states that I want to experience on stage. Confidence, humorous, fun, relaxed, different emotional states that when I do that consistently, it helps me immediately get in the right state because sometimes I feel nervous too. And that way, by having this anchor, I immediately access the state, I go on stage, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So make sure that you've also got that anchor so that you are ready to rock the stage too. I now just wanted to include some short clips of the keynote so you can see what it's like for you to deliver a keynote on stage. There's many people at the moment that are feeling overwhelmed. Raise your hand if you've ever felt stressed at work. Yeah, if you're not raising your hand, you're like about other things too. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give yourself keynotes do not tell you what to do. They show you how to do it. As you can see, one of the core things is to have fun, to be playful, to use the stage, and make sure that you interact with the audience. Break through the line, don't just stay on stage, and ultimately you'll make a fantastic, fantastic speech, which you can be really proud of. So let's recap them one more time. There are 6 core elements that you need to think about when you are preparing for a keynote speech on the day. First thing, be in a great state. Number 2, have a speed run through, practice the speech. Number 3, get to the venue on time. And on time means like 2 hours early, just so you're aware. Number 4, practice. Practice with the PowerPoint, practice with the microphone, the clicker, so that you get used to the stage as well. Start to move around, also move around the room as well, so you get aware of the acoustics. Then you can move on to 5, stay hydrated, super hydrated. Hydrate yourself as much as possible. And then 6, fire your anchor and get ready to rock and roll on the stage. Use these tips, make it happen, and I can't wait to hear how you are when you have your keynote speech and you deliver an amazing presentation.